our website, floraanimalhospital.com.
Election day in Mississippi. Sunny today with a high at 90, mostly clear tonight with a low at 68. A 40% chance for afternoon showers Wednesday with a high at 89. With news on 103.9 WIAB, I'm Chris Davis. Municipal elections today across Mississippi, including for Jackson and Canton. If you plan to vote, you must be in line by 7 p.m. If you need info on where to vote and the ballot, it's the My Election Day app. In Canton, a last-minute appeal filed by Camelia Walker, who had challenged the Democratic primary runoff for mayor against Tim Taylor, which she lost by 43 votes. Charles Ray Crawford may be facing execution soon. Mississippi Attorney General Lynn Fitch has asked the state Supreme Court to set an execution date since the U.S. Supreme Court has decided not to review his case. Crawford was convicted in 1994 of raping and killing Christy Ray in Tippah County.
Well, I'm asking the board, even though you got rules and guidelines, you got lives that is at stake.
Because of the murder of a man named Famous Harris Sunday in Moorhead and the shooting of another person in the back, the Sunflower County Board of Supervisors decided Monday to deny permission for a trail ride that's supposed to happen near the Moorhead city limits June 21st. Moorhead Alderman Annette Fields.
We're trying to control our community with the parties that going on within the city.
Murder in Alligator. It happened Saturday morning about 1 at a club there. Killed was 19-year-old Peja Campbell of Mound Bayou, who died at Northwest Medical Center in Clarksdale, taken there by private vehicle. Arrested was 22-year-old Tymesia Boss of Shelby, charged with murder. More news in 1 hour on 103.9 WIAB. I'm Chris Davis.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are the individual views and opinions of the people expressing them and do not necessarily reflect those of this radio station, its parent, affiliated, or related entities, agents, or employees.
Welcome to the Chip Matthews Show, where politics meets the South. So grab your sweet tea, find a comfortable spot to sit back, and let's embark on this journey together. Chip away, chip away. That's what I wanna do. Sweet little mama, I wanna get next to you.
And good Tuesday morning. It is election day. I am Chip Matthews on the Chip Matthews Show. And hopefully soon I will be the mayor of Canton, Mississippi, as long as you get up and go do your civic duty. Vote for the guy that can make some change, because I am change. I am different. I am the guy. And we can make some real change in Canton. Good morning to you. You're on the program here at WYAB. It's going to be a full day of fun. Oh, I was up late last night on another interview last night, and a lot of things came out. We found out some things have been going on in Canton that we didn't know. And that's because the transparency does not exist. There's Clay coming in the back door. Good morning, Clay. He's half asleep still. But anyway, it is election day. We're going to get out and do the thing today. You're going to get out and vote. You're going to go to these polling places. You remember you got in Pearl, we're voting to open up liquor stores. In Jackson, we're voting to save Jackson. We're voting to save Jackson. Good morning, Johnny Martin. We're voting to save Jackson. And then in Ridgeland, you got two alderman races. And where they're trying to push that penny tax on us. Penny for the parks is what I'm calling it. Yeah, another penny out of our pocket. Not very Republican leadership, but that's that. Penny for the parks in Ridgeland. And then in Gluckstadt, their very first election ever. Yes, it's their first election ever. They've been in a 4-year incubating term, and now they're going to birth an elected official. I know there have been people that have been in office, but this is the first time they've been elected. So, and Jace Powell's out there getting after it, and I'm looking forward to that and watching him go back and get him elected. He was in there for the last, I guess it's been 3.5 years, because that annexation and all that happened right after that. But we're looking at all that, and it's going to be a good day. Remember, you got stuff on the ballot everywhere that you need to go look at and be a part of. Sitting at home does not change a thing. I guess we need something like a remote to vote by, because even at the house, you won't get up and change the TV on the TV anymore. Got to have a remote. So, the twerk champion of Canton, Ms. Camelia Walker, yesterday afternoon filed late-minute papers to try to, filed an appeal to decide that the Democratic side of the election. Of course, today, election will take place. It'll be myself and Tim Taylor and Mr. Peoples, and that's it on the ballot today. That's it. And some Herculean task that occurs. Canton elections have always been known for their ability to create storylines, we'll say. So the storylines continue in Canton as we speak. So get out and vote, do the right thing. I hope you all get out and vote for me, because I see the future. And I was talking last night on that program, and I was explaining to people that at one point you're running for Canton to save old Canton. That'd be the square and from the interstate back into the city. In another breath, you've got to wake up and get on steroids and get ready for the blow up that's going to happen just outside town at the mega site. $1 billion. No, not $1 billion. $10 billion. What's the state budget for Mississippi? $7.1 billion runs the entire state. $10 billion, a little less than $3 billion more, is being spent in Canton, Mississippi to open the mega site. Y'all don't understand what is about to happen out there. And $10 billion, you can't hold it all in Canton. So it's going to it will spread out. It will, I think the West Jackson area, North Jackson and all that, they need to get ready, because it's coming. Because we just don't have the houses or the infrastructure or the people. They're coming. They will happen, because if you build it, they will come. Or if you spend that much money, you're not going to not have enough people to run it. That's just not going to happen. They'll do a nationwide campaign to bring in people to run this place. But I mean, the resources and people and the things that need to happen in Canton and Gluckstadt are ginormous. I mean, it's a level you will never, ever, ever really feel. In the next 10 years, that area, I mean, look at it. You sit there and go, you never thought Gluckstadt, which was a church and a Stuckey's at one time, would be what it is today. Okay. Good morning, Jace Powell, and good luck to you too, sir. But you never thought it would be what it is today. But another five years from now, you're not going to recognize anything. Good morning, Jolynn, and Mark Abernathy, and Johnny Martin, and Mr. Cheeks. Good morning to all of y'all. Glad to have you here on the program this morning. But, and y'all hit the links and hit the share links and all of that, because the more you hit the share and the more we get the message out, the better it is for your host. And it's better for everybody to know the truth about what goes on in the world, because this radio station only believes in that. Look at living. It was a stop sign. Yeah, that's right. It was a stop sign in Livingston. That was about it. You know, this town's fixing to explode, from Flora to Canton to Gluckstadt, Madison, Ridgeland, North Jackson, and West Jackson coming in off 49. Yazoo City will probably grow. People will be coming in from for jobs there. Carthage, all the Holmes County people, Lexington people, all that. I mean, it's all going to be, if you want to make bank, you will be coming this way. And then we're going to have a growth spurt in Madison County and in Canton that is still it's at a level that you're not going to understand. It's that big. It's too big to fail. I hate saying that and jinxing it, but that's what it is. It's too big to fail. So you've got to figure out what to do. Houses have to be built. Everything, not just the people on that site, but all the other infrastructure that has to be built all over town, all over the county. It's unbelievable. And it's all coming to Canton, Mississippi. And I know they announced it not too long ago when we all said $10 billion is coming. Good morning, James Duncan. And thank you for working a poll today, Mr. Duncan. I'll see you later on. We got people at all the polls. We got people everywhere. We'll be keeping up with information. Fred Sremy's going to be back in with me at 9:00 along with Timothy Jenkins, and we will give you some more information. Thank you, Les Potter. Good luck to you. Good luck to me. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Rock and roll. You know it. You know it. That's edge power there, And so is Jake's power, edge power. DJ Tricks. But y'all, it's a big day. I feel like it's going to turn out well for me. If it doesn't, I'm okay. Still the same fight. The fight's the same every day for me. It's got to get better. And even win or lose, I'm still going to be right here on the radio every day. Because if I'm the mayor, I'm going to be telling you what's fixing to happen. The transparency of what is not going on in Canton is just unfathomable. We just bought $1 million worth of garbage trucks, but because we didn't cancel our contract on time, we're paying $70,000 a month to another, and it may be more than that, but anyway, $70,000 a month to Waste, whoever it is, not Waste Pro or whoever that runs the garbage now. So we're having to pay 2 contracts. Yeah, we're paying for the trucks that we're not using, and we're paying for that. And somebody said, well, Chip, that was an administrative thing. Then I found out we've closed Public Works and merged it with Parks and Recreation. Why are we in Canton shrinking? I mean, it's good to shrink the government. We're shrinking it in the wrong way, though, because all these things have to be done. The citizens believe in all those things happening. And I don't understand why the mayor and the board of aldermen can't be transparent and make sure that all of us know what is going on. And that's one thing that I will bring to you. I will make sure you know what's going on, good or bad. It's got to be put out there. It's got to be put out there. Okay, time to take a break. We'll be back with even more of Absolutely Nothing. And if you got something on your mind, give us a call, because I'd love to talk to somebody about something today. 601-879-0002. This is the Chip Matthews Show. Get out and vote. Polls open at 7:00.
Keep it tuned here to 103.9 WYAB.
Antique Mall of the South has 14,000 square feet of pristine, clean floor space. Home to beautiful, timeless antique treasures. Antique Mall of the South is open Monday to Saturday, 10 to 5. Check them out online at antiquemallofthesouth.com or go to the Antique Mall of the South Facebook page. You can also read the dozens of 5-star reviews online. Come see for yourself at Antique Mall of the South in Ridgeland. Now open Monday to Saturday, 10 to 5. That's Antique Mall of the South, Highway 51 in Ridgeland.
If you're a parent or grandparent, you should know that even though Mississippi is ranked as the unhealthiest state in the country, we have the highest vaccination rate for our children and grandchildren. Many of us blindly trust the medical establishment, and now it's time to question vaccine safety. Mississippi Parents for Vaccine Rights is a grassroots organization working to educate the public and lawmakers about this important topic. Be informed. Go to mpvr.org. Like us on Facebook to stay up to date on the latest information. That's Mississippi Parents for Vaccine Rights, mpvr.org.
Smart business owners will tell you The best time to start a new business is now. Whether you're thinking of starting a new business or expanding an existing one, the perfect location is the Cotton Exchange Plaza in Flora. Over 13,000 cars will pass by your business each and every day on Highway 49. Space is available now, so what are you waiting for? Call the Cotton Exchange Plaza at 601-879-3503 to find out how you can expand your business today. The Cotton Exchange Plaza in Flora, where we mean business.
This is Casey Holcomb with Mississippi Hometown Realty. Summer is here, and it's the perfect time to buy or sell. When you're ready, I want you to think of me first. I will help guide you through the entire process without the stress. Check out my website at mshomesforyou.com. That's mshomesforyou.com. This is Casey Holcomb. Still, I'm doing what I love and loving what I do.
MS license number 51833. Telephone number 601-398-1620.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshields, and slick roads quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter Agent Jamie Creel in Flora and Ridgeland. 601-992-6000.
It's Kubota Orange Days. From America's #1 selling compact tractor to zero-turn mowers and versatile RTVs, get your perfect match delivered to your door. And now through June 30th, get zero down, 0% APR for 84 months on select compact tractors. See the details at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Divini Equipment, serving you in Madison and Jackson. Stop, call, or click at DiviniEquipment.com.
Hi, folks. Kim Wade here. Mississippi Energy Services provides generators. That's right. You may not need it now, but when you need backup power, you need a backup power generator from Mississippi Energy Services. Never again have to worry about being without heat, air conditioning, or all your frozen items spoiling because your energy was lost. You got backup power now that's so reliable, you'll be pleased with Mississippi Energy Services. Online at msenergy.us.
For decades, you've known the name Martin's for good times, great food, and the best live music. Now that's happening at 2 locations, downtown Jackson and Livingston. Check the websites, martinslivingstonms.com and martinsdowntownjxn.com for the many special events and live music lineups. You can chill with friends on the big patio at the Livingston location and enjoy the Blue Plate lunches and nightly drink specials. Martin's, downtown and Livingston.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
And we're back on a Tuesday election day morning here at WYAB. Get up. Let's get out of bed. 6:22. You got to leave a little early where you can go up there and vote. 7 o'clock. Polls open. If they're not open, make sure you report. If you see something, say something during the day. I'm sure the election officials will be out. I'm sure that Secretary of State's office will be out in some places watching the election day festivities. It is another great voting day in America. It is what many people died for. Our right to vote, freedom, things that needed to happen in America. I mean, you know, when they sat down to make this government, put it together with all the crazy people in wigs and long stockings up there in Washington, D.C., or rather New York City and Philadelphia in the beginning. Yeah. And made this country. They made it, and it's put together pretty good. Pretty good, people. And we got it real good in America here. You got Donald J. Trump up there doing what he does. And people, as the economy starts to grow and gets things going and we get tax cuts and all of that, we're going to really be some happy people here. I mean, you don't understand. You've got it here in America. You've got the best life you could have on the earth. On earth, this is the best life you can have, unless you had your own island and your own government. But then you would need some people, and then the people would show up and make it more difficult to even run. But anyway, we got to get out and vote today. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, and there's something else that I want to mention because it's just that important. We got to, in these local governments, we got to beef up the police departments everywhere. It's not just Canton, not just Jackson, not just Yazoo City, all these towns. People, they are killing people at a rate that is just unreal. Mass shootings, this, that, and the other. And it's the culture of the people in these towns and the culture of the lifestyle around them that they just feel like the whole world is caving in on them. We've got to create a better situation for those people to be brought up in, and we got to hold people accountable. You know, I saw where somebody murdered on Monday and was out by Friday again last week or two. Meanwhile, you'll see a murder in deep Rankin County, and I can promise you that person ain't getting out cheap. And that's what's going on. You got to fix it. Good morning, Lloyd Travis. I mean, the judge system, everything has got to start working in tandem to make this place a better place. I mean, right now, the best business is the bullet business and the coffin business, whichever one you want. Take your pick, because, and you don't have to buy big coffins because they're killing kids. They're small coffins. And that is wrong. That is wrong. I hate saying it, but it's the reality. You know, in Canton, we've had a few murders. Yazoo City had murders. You had the murders down in Jefferson County this past weekend. Every weekend you turn it on. Indianola had one. Yeah, Carthage had one. Yazoo City had one. Every time you turn on the radio or the TV, somebody's screaming about another murder, and the murders have to stop. And in Canton, it's got to be safe. It's got to be safe. That's the first priority. So I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now. Win or lose for me, Canton is hiring police officers right now, and people need to apply. If you have the need to work in law enforcement, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I mean, you know, get to Canton. We're hiring. We've got to hire people. We've got to have policemen. We need people at all levels and experience to come up there and go to work. I'm sorry. The people we only have, it's like 3 people per shift, y'all. It's that bad. That doesn't mean all you criminals out there go up there and make it a little bit rougher on us, because we'll get you too. Good morning, Rob Enders. But the reality is we have to take effect and make a difference. It's got to happen, and you got to go vote. Please go vote for me today in Canton, because that's it. And we're hiring right now. Canton's hiring police. I can go ahead and say that. I can say that for even Tim Taylor. He knows he's got to get some policemen. If we don't get any policemen, we got problems. And if everybody acts like it's a problem, I guess we've been looking in the wrong hole or advertising in the wrong place, because I haven't heard any advertising for it. But there you go. Canton is hiring police. I've told you that. Let's get them hired. Let's get some people in there to protect that city, because I can tell you right now, the state isn't going to let Canton fail. They're not going to sit there and go work that hard to bring $10 billion into the county and let that town sit there and rot and cause the problems. We can't do that. We won't do that. Please get out and vote today. It's very important. Canton, Gluckstadt, Madison, Ridgeland, wherever there's a local election, get out and vote. Be a voice in the community, because this central Mississippi area, not just Canton, is about to explode. And over the next 10 years, you won't even recognize it. And you're going to go, I never thought Jackson would come back. You're going to see some Jackson come back. You're going to see some comeback out of this. It's just too big to fail. It can't happen. I just don't know how to say it. I mean, y'all need to take your Sunday drives. Take your drives. So you're all, load up the truck, put an ice chest in the car, ride up to Canton to the mega site. Don't just ride by it. Ride up into it. See the future. Because It's coming, and it's coming so fast, and it's going to hit us in the head. You need to be looking at jobs for your kids. If your kid's in the 7th, 8th, 9th grade, you need to say, look, you may want to go to college to do this, but you may need to go learn how to do air conditioning work. And because you're going to be able to name your own price out there. There's no way there's enough people in our area to staff what is going on out there, plus staff all the small businesses that need to open to be suppliers to those people and to take care of those people. And it's like I told somebody said, you're going to do something for the holla? Well, yes, because you don't understand. From the interstate to the square, that's got to be rebuilt just for the people that are driving through. Long before there was an Interstate 55, everything came through Canton on 51. That's why the restaurant on the corner, Wardale's, did so well. If you were going to Memphis or Jackson, or Memphis or New Orleans, you drove through Canton, Mississippi. You had to drive past that restaurant because that was the only way through on 51. People don't think about that. 51 was the only way through. 51, everything came through Canton. I mean, that's why Canton exploded so many years ago and was great. And then we watched it deteriorate when the interstate came in. And it also projected it wasn't one of our better looking entrances coming into the square from that direction coming in. It didn't put on the pretty face, for everybody to see. And most people, because the interstate just drove by. There was 2 gas stations out there. There was a Gulf and a Texaco up on the hill. Then you got to Gluckstadt and there was a Stuckey's. And then you got up to Madison. I want to say there might have been a gas station at Madison, but there was one on the right in Ridgeland, I believe. And that was it, y'all. That was not that long ago. But it's taken slower for all that to develop. But now, with what's going on, it's going to hit us on steroids. It's going to hit us square in the eyes, and we're going to go, holy crap. Les Potty, there's so many jobs out there. I mean this, you could probably put together people who just sweep floors and put you an army together of about 500 of them, and you still couldn't sweep all the floors that are about to be sitting in that area. I mean, it's that crazy. It is that crazy. If you opened up a light bulb company just to sell them lights, you need a building as big as Nissan to sell them light bulbs. The supply line to take in there for just general maintenance and everything is huge. It's huge. They're rebuilding a world out there, and they're rebuilding all of our lives at one time, and they expect us to help. And in order for us to help, we got to get the right leadership in place in the government, and we got to be prepared to work it all out, make it happen. When they say they need something, we need it. They say we got all these employees out here and nothing to do. Well, let's build a facility to do concerts in. Let's build a place to go and do everything. Good morning, Fred Cerami. Good morning, Jenny Alford. Y'all get to the polls, and they're working for me today on the polls. But I mean, it is that bad. It is that big. They got to eat. They got to sleep. They got to buy clothes. They got to buy shoes. They got to see doctors. They got to get haircuts. Y'all, it's all coming, and it's coming fast. And the state and everyone are not selling it. They said $10 billion is coming. It's a great economic improvement, blah, blah, blah. And we just hear it as background noise in the news. Well, I'm here to sell it to you, let you understand what's going on. This is a place for you to get in. You go, if I should have bought some of that Canton land a long time ago, could have bought it for $2 an acre. Now, that day's about to be gone. You can still get some deals, but there's going to be some better deals down the road. And I got to be the mayor of Canton because I see the vision. I see what it's got to be, and I want to be a part of it. Y'all get out and vote today. Wherever you vote, in whatever state, whatever county, municipal elections. And remember this, We're a year away from still talking about voting because we're going to have to elect new supervisors, hopefully in Madison County. But we got supervisor races coming up in a year. The election cycle just does not stop. You've always got to be awake. You've always be informed, and you've got to always be recruiting somebody to run. If you don't like the people on the ballot, run yourself or find somebody to run for you. You got to start finding people that can get the job done. If you want to take a break, we'll be back right here on the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB. If you want to take a break, we'll be back right here on the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB.
Keep it tuned here to 103.9 WYAB.
Why should you choose Ceramic Air Conditioning and Heating for all service or installation? Well, they purchase all parts directly from the manufacturer. All of their factory-trained technicians have been hand-selected for skill, work ethic, and experience. There are never any hidden fees or charges. Ceramic Air Conditioning and Heating is dedicated to your complete satisfaction, and they're family-owned and operated. For residential and commercial service or installation, contact Ceramic Air Conditioning and Heating, 601-317-0729, or make an appointment through their Facebook page.
If you want the best health care, where do you go? The Mayo Clinic. If you want the best care for your vehicle, where do you go? Mayo Auto Clinic in Raymond. Mayo Auto Clinic does foreign and domestic vehicles and diesel repair. Mayo Auto Clinic has ASE certified techs with over 25 years of experience. You can extend the life of your car or truck when you take it to Mayo Auto Clinic. For cost-effective repairs and maintenance, go to the best, Mayo Auto Clinic. Open weekdays at 7 a.m. Highway 18 in Raymond.
CBS News Brief. The Egyptian national accused of attacking pro-Israeli protesters in Colorado is now facing a federal hate crimes charge. U.S. Acting Attorney Bishop Grewal.
He said he wanted them all to die. He had no regrets, and he would go back and do it again.
In Gaza, local officials say at least 27 people were killed in a third day of Israeli strikes on Palestinians trying to get food at an aid distribution site. A former federal prosecutor involved in the January 6th cases is speaking out for the first time since he resigned about President Trump's January 6th pardons. Greg Rosen tells CBS News' Scott McFarland.
It sends a terrible message to the American people that individuals who were duly and appropriately convicted of federal crimes ranging in culpability are immediately let loose without any supervision, without any remorse.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
When you feel like your business is drowning in paperwork and compliance issues, it's time to call P-Police. Let P-Police take care of the busy work so that you can save valuable time and focus on what really matters, growing your business. P-Police is based in Ridgeland, so you're always dealing with local professionals who will actually understand your business and its needs. Join thousands of satisfied clients who trust P-Police to simplify their employee administration. Visit P-Police.com. That's P-Police.com to learn more.
How do you get the hell out of your life?
Turn to Jesus. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through him.
Trust in him, and you let him love the hell right out of you.
How do you get the hell out of your life?
Replace it with Jesus. We got to be born again, born of the Spirit, and that's by trusting Jesus Christ, turning from our sins and trusting Jesus.
Tune in to Get the Hell Out of Your Life every Sunday at 10 a.m. on 103.9 WYAB.
Rotor's Plumbing of Pearl, your familiar plumber with the similar name. Locally owned and operated by Chris Rotor, Rotor's Plumbing is no franchise, simply lower prices and better service without the dreaded overpriced upsell. Rotor's is one of the few places you'll find that actually specialize in tankless water heater repair, as well as being your full-service plumber. And most importantly, service after the sale, meaning the techs actually answer your call, with misses averaging callbacks of 10 minutes or less. Rotor's Plumbing at ROEDERSplumbing.com.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind with friends and family? El Patrio Mexican Restaurant is calling your name. With locations in Flowood and Cross Gates, Brandon, El Patrio is the cozy, family-owned gym where great food meets great times. Enjoy El Patrio's signature margaritas and happy hour specials that keep their customers coming back for more. Indulge in their authentic Mexican dishes prepared with love and served in a warm, family-friendly atmosphere. Come to El Patrio and taste the traditions. El Patrio, where family, flavor, and fun come together.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
Text and call your friends. Tell them that Chip needs help today. Yes, sir. It is election day here in Mississippi. Good morning, Irene Jackson, Chip, and everyone. Wishing everyone a good luck. Thank you very much. But polls open at 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. We got to get out and vote. We got to get out and make a difference. If you know somebody, put them in the car and carry them with you to vote today. You know, go check on your friends and your neighbors that don't get out that much. Say, hey, it's going to be a beautiful day, sunshine, and trick them into going to the polls because only 20% of you actually show up to vote and 80% don't vote. So we got to fix that. We got to fix that. So I'm not gonna get on you today, but you got to do better. You got to do better. You got to do better. Good morning, Sam Brady. But you got to do better because people don't. You like to complain, but you don't like to vote. You want to say that there are people there that I don't like anybody on the ballot. Well, then find other people to get on the ballot in the future. But unfortunately, if you want your government to run anywhere close to what you want, we're not going to do everything that you want, but tell me some things. Go find the person that you need to vote for and vote for them. It's just that simple. And if you want to pay another penny for food in Richland, just, pay another tax. That's what they're doing. They're putting another penny on the food if you vote for it. Now, if you vote against it, then you don't get the penny. Now, I know y'all all voted it down in November, but right now they want to get it put in. Government at a time when we need to shrink the government, we need less taxes because the food is going up, and it's going to go up because as we get as the tariffs open up to where we get to trade with more countries, our supplies will get lower because there'll be a more market for our beef. Let's say, for instance, steak. When if we start selling our beef to Europe, then there'll be less here for us, but we will catch up and it will get back to normal eventually. The supply and demand, that what make the price. And it should be the same way with politicians, supply and demand. Right now, we're in a lull in talent. I'm just going to tell you. The talent level is not out there for what we need going on in our state. I mean, and you can tell how long the talent level has been off by how many years Benny Thompson's been in office. The talent level is just awful. Benny has been able to run 50% of the state landmass wise for over 30 years, or right at 30 years. Come on, people. We have to get involved with elections. It is election day. It's the most important day in your life, and you don't recognize it every year. Every time it comes around, you don't recognize it. 80% of you don't anyway. And so today when your neighbor comes over, or if I come by and knock on your door and say, please get out and vote, please consider that because it needs to happen. And it's very important. It's so important. It's so important for the future of your community wherever you are. Look at Jackson. If Jackson had leadership over the last 8 years, 10 years, 20 years, it wouldn't be in the shape it's in. It's called leadership. It's the people we put in office. We've got to make sure that those people can do the job. I've listened to stuff in Canton go, well, I'm a part-time alderman. Well, the aldermans have more power than the mayor in Canton. The aldermans have all the power. We're a strong strong government, weak mayor situation in Canton. And for someone to say, well, we're out of money and I'm sorry we messed up. We missed some things. The person that's supposed to keep up with the money hadn't been keeping up with the money real good. You're the one that's supposed to be keeping up with the money. When you're sitting in that chair and making decisions, you're the one keeping up with money. It's just like the supervisors when they lost $2.7 million. And it was an employee who was also related to one of those supervisors. And they, we'll get it back, blah, blah, blah. It still had been no announcement of arrest or no announcement of all the money being back. Not transparent with us. That's the same thing that was going on in Canton. Not transparent, telling us what's going on. The money, $2.7 million, but they have $3,000 stolen at justice court. and they launched the John investigation and bring in people to do lie detector tests, and they fired 2 girls or whoever. I don't know if they're girls or guys, but they fired 2 people for stealing $3,000. And then, of course, Trey Baxter did the right thing. He voted against firing them or voted president or whatever, but he voted to basically say it was not right to treat these 2 people different from the person that lost $2.7 million, and you didn't even suspend the person or anything. Nothing happened to that person. And that can't go on. $2.7 million versus $3,000. These 2 people lost their job and blah, blah, blah for $3,000, which is sad. But $2.7 million missing out of Madison County. And look, when you go to a meeting, it sounds like there's $1 million missing every week that they can't find. And one week we found out that for the last 10 years, they've been shorting the payoffs to Canton. Yes, they shortened the payoffs to Canton. Then you know what we found out after that? You only can go back 2 years to collect. You'd been shorting us for 10 years and you shorted us for 2 years. We only had it for 2 years. Now, the next question is this. We can't get our money back. I don't know what this county did with our money, but we got some of the money. But who at the state or at the city is keeping up with where our money is? Where is it coming in? A lot of them don't know. Good morning, Ted Smith. It was nice to see you yesterday. He's a former officer there in Canton and a great American. Yeah, you got to get out and vote. You got to get out and vote. And if you need to ride to the poll, there are ways to get there, and people out there that are ready to give people rides. Just log in on Facebook or whatever and look around for the different services. I am not allowed myself to give people rides to the polls, just to let you know. And that's the same for the candidate. The candidates are not supposed to give anything that would appear to be a gift. So, no sandwiches. That we learned on the coast. They were giving out vouchers down there on the Gulf Coast, giving out vouchers to people. If you went and voted, let's give you a voucher. That went on in Canton at one time. They were Walmart cards that they were giving out one time in Canton if you went and voted. And then they have a place where a little building where they would feed you and all of that. Then one time, Rudy Warnock, and this happened in my restaurant. This is what led to me running for office. In my restaurant, in a supervisor's race, Rudy Warnock wanted to have a party. He said, we're going to start our thing at 4:00 in the afternoon. I said, how are you going to start a victory party at 4:00 in the afternoon? We're going to start at 4:00 in the afternoon. And he sat there and they picked up the tab for everybody they brought in the building. And between 4 and 7 o'clock, they carried as many people to the polls. And I was selling, and it was a normally closed day at my steakhouse. And they were buying cocktails and drinks and this, that, and the other. And then I realized what was going on. They were buying votes. That goes on in Mississippi. It's got to stop. Everything has got to stop. Report it when you see it. Now, of course, I reported what went on in my place, and nothing happened. Because they said, well, right now at that time the Jim Hood was in office. They said, you're just going to report it. It's going to go to a Democrat at the AG's office, which at times I think we still have a Democrat at the AG's office, or at least we have somebody that doesn't work that hard on election crimes anyway. So we've got to get out and do something. We've got to get out on times when we go vote and repair our system. And you got to go with what you got. Pick out the best of what you got. And then if you don't like what you're putting in the office, find somebody to do it or do it yourself. One or the other. That's all you can do. It does not improve when you don't vote. When you sit on your laurels or stay in bed and don't go vote, you don't help anybody. You don't help anything. You don't help your situation. You don't help your neighbor's situation. And the world continues to fall in around you. So get out and vote today. Vote, 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 vote. And if you vote conservative, you might save some money. You might have a little bit more in your pocket. That's the way it works. You might feel a little safer at night Might not be any gunfire in your neighborhood very soon. That's the plan for me in Canton, is to make it safe. Get rid of the gunfire. It's going to go away. Then we're going to pick up the trash. We close public works in Canton. You want to know why there's garbage everywhere? And we closed public works. We just closed it. Nobody told us that we're closing it. We didn't elect a government to close something. They said, well, nobody wants to work. Well, get a contract with somebody else to come cut the grass and be done with it. You still have a responsibility to the community to do the things that need to be done. One should be safe, and two, it should be clean. Grass should be cut. I'll be back to land the plane in just a moment, right here on the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB. Clay Edwards will be coming up at 7:07, then I'll be back at 9 o'clock, and I'm bringing Fred Cerami with me and Election Commissioner Timothy Jenkins, or former Election Commissioner Timothy Jenkins. And no telling who else. I might bring 100 people back with me. We'll be right back on the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB. On the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB.
1039 WYAB.
Hi, this is Lee Atkins of Home Care Plus in Ridgeland. We are a proud carrier of Abena Premium Incontinence products. Abena has the most absorbency available, making changes and leaks less likely. After 7 years as a seller, I can tell you these products are amazing and worth every penny to quality of life for patient and caregiver. And we ship all incontinence products as well. So please come see us at Home Care Plus in Ridgeland for all the incontinence needs of you or your family member. That's Home Care Plus in Ridgeland.
ABS causes mass hysteria by providing office tech that actually does its job.
Relax. At Advantage Business Systems, we know office technology isn't that exciting, but we do know it is life-changing. Work-life changing, that is. Because the latest copiers, printers, mailing machines, and even telephone systems can keep your office running smoothly. Visit absms.com. Advantage Business Systems, helping your business do business.
Well, I'm sitting here today with one of my favorite clients, Reggie Bromfield. The first time I believe we worked together was around 25 years ago, wasn't it, Reggie?
I remember that time. My wife, Kathy, and I, we were looking for a home. He sold that house to us, and when we got ready to buy another home, he helped us sell that home and buy another home. So 25 years later, when we decided to purchase another home, your name was the only one in our minds.
601-720-4037, RitaJensen.net.
School's out, and McDee's in Ridgeland is the perfect place for family fun this summer. Enjoy our famous $12 Blue Plate specials every Monday through Friday, and now kids eat for just $5. That's right, just $5. Bring out the whole crew and enjoy our huge patio with lots of TVs, plenty of fans, and a safe space where kids can play while you kick back and relax. Family friendly, budget friendly, and always a good time. McBee's Bar and Grill, buzzing the res since 1982. Check out McBee's Bar and Grill on Facebook for today's special.
Now's the time to get a great deal on a Kubota Z200 series mower with the new K-Ride comfort system. Designed to optimize your ride, the series delivers a quality cut and an exceptional ride. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0.99% APR for up to 36 months. Now through June 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Divini Equipment, serving you in Madison and Jackson. Stop, call, or click at DiviniEquipment.com.
Nick Bain served Mississippi for over a decade in the State House. During that time, he fought for our children by protecting them against explicit materials pushed by the woke agenda. He protected taxpayers by streamlining government and helped create policies that have made Mississippi better. Nick and his team at Bain Bowen will use the same tenacity in helping you with all your legal matters. Call them today at 601-953-2994. Find Nick online at BainBowen.com. That's BAIN Bowen.com.
Doctor, Macy, doctor, what's your diagnosis? My whole house was hot as a fever. Now my house is frozen, 'cause my air conditioning's on. Doctor, my AC's broken. Doctor, AC, doctor, heal my house, bless my soul.
The AC Doctors is your one-stop provider for air conditioning and heating installation, service, and repair. Contact us for money-saving repairs and lower energy bills.
Doctor, doctor, the AC doctor, heal my house, bless my soul.
Google the AC Doctors and get some relief today. TheACDR.com.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here's your host, Chip Matthews.
Oh, yeah, right here on the Chip Matthews Show on what's going to be a beautiful day. It's going to be a very pretty day out there today. It's going to be nice and warm, no rain, and it's election day. People will be out at the polls. You know, it's sad to think that you have 12 or 13,000 people in Canton, and 800 to 1,000 people are going to decide the fate of Canton today. Jackson, 185,000. And about 20,000 people or less will decide the fate of people today. And, you know, it's so hard to go knock on doors, and you knock on every door in town, and you're going, well, 1 in 10 are going to go vote. You know, maybe 2 in 10, 1.5, it feels like. Then, of course, there's going to be X amount of cheating occurring inside that 20% that goes vote. It's a game. It's a numbers game. It's something that we need to fix. Yeah, I mean, we have there's 101% of the people on the polls in Madison County. Yeah, we have an extra 101% have been signed up in Madison County to run for election. I would think when you got to 100%, you would be at 100%. But no, when you get the list for Madison County, it says 101% of the people have registered to vote. Okay. Jackson, Hinds County, 95% of the people have registered to vote. Okay. That makes sense. 95 is not over 100, but 100% is supposed to be everybody. And we're at 101 in Madison County. You know, and then, of course, you'll have the people like in my very first election that I had in Canton. I want to say my grandfather voted against me, and he had been dead for 10 years. I mean, y'all, it's real. We got to get out, get people in office, and then they don't need to shut up about elections. They need to work on fixing the problem. They need to send messages to the state to say, look, this 5-day waiting period after the election is nothing but 5 days of graft. And you're waiting those 5 days for people to bring in their ID on election day. Now, if you have to vote absentee, you have to bring your ID that day. If you have to get your welfare check or any check from anybody, you've got to bring your ID that day. But in this state, Delbert put into the law, Delbert put it in there. He was Secretary of State at the time, and he was all proud of his voter ID laws. He put in a 5-day waiting period. A 5-day waiting period. So for 5 days, what goes on is all the boxes and all the ballots are in there. And in Canton, they were always kept right there by the mayor's office. And something would happen. Something would happen. Boxes weren't sealed, this, that, and the other. And they're still dealing with that in the Democratic side of the race in Canton that they have filed an appeal on. And yes, that is filed an appeal. We're 3 minutes away. The lines are probably long. There's probably thousands of you in line right now listening to me through your Walkmans. I guess people still have Walkmans. Waiting to go in to vote. Y'all going to crash the doors at 7 o'clock and go in there and get some votes done, aren't you? That's what you're going to do today. That's what you're doing right now. You're in line to go vote and do what every American should go do. And I'm sure in Canton, I will get 78% of the vote because everybody there wants to do the same thing we did by putting President Donald Trump in office and fixing America. You want to fix something today. You want to go find somebody that's going to do something rather than talk about doing something or explaining that it was somebody else's fault or it wasn't my fault. The transparency of telling people what is going on, right or wrong, is what you've got to do if you're going to be a politician. And today you need to elect that person that is going to tell you what you need to do. What's going on with your government? That's what's important today. It is important for you to go in there and make sure that the person that you put in that chair is going to be the person that takes care of you and your needs. And when you need them, you're going to be allowed to go in there and talk to them. That is what you're doing. These people you're electing and hiring today are your servants. They work for you. So you get out today and vote. It's your civic duty to do so. And I'll be back at 9 o'clock with Fred Cerami and some other people, and we're going to talk some more about the elections. Clay Edwards is next right here on WYAB. Get out and vote today. Vote in Jackson. Vote for your councilman. Get out, make a difference. Make a difference and go vote. Even in Ridgeland, if you want the penny tax to build your park better, go vote for it. Go vote for it. Get out and vote. Do not sit on your hands today and do nothing. Doing nothing has got you nothing. Get out and vote. I'm Chip Matthews. I'll be back at 9 o'clock. Clay is next on WYAB.